Hello and welcome to the Spring 2022 West Calgary Ring Road Construction Update. My name is Estella Petzold and I'm the Project Coordinator and Communications Lead for Alberta Transportation during construction of the West Calgary Ring Road. Thank you for taking the time to view our presentation. We've provided timestamps to allow you to view the content you are most interested in. The West Calgary Ring Road is the final section needed to complete the Calgary Ring Road, and is being completed in three parts: the North Project, the South Project, and the twinning of the Bow River Bridge. The North and South segments are being delivered in a design-build contract structure. A traditional contract for this type of project would have a design completed first and then tendered for contractors to bid. The design-build contract structure reduces timelines and minimizes overall impacts to the public. When completed, the Calgary Ring Road will provide over 100 kilometers of free-flow travel around the city of Calgary, reducing congestion and improving access to hospitals, schools, workplaces, and recreational amenities. This presentation will focus specifically on the South Project. Joining me today is Ben Basso, Alberta Transportation's Project Manager for the South Project. This update will cover what to expect this construction season, progress made thus far, and an overview of the plans. We've also reviewed questions and concerns we've received from the public throughout construction and at previous information sessions, and provided information about those topics. Some of the most frequent questions we get asked about include the partial access at the 17th Avenue and Old Banff Coach Rd interchanges, and how to use these interchanges to get where you want to go, active modes infrastructure and consideration for desired connectivity in the future, protecting wildlife, and finally information about project schedule. We've done our best to identify the topics that are most important to stakeholders. However, if you have a question that was not covered, there is a comment form on westringroad.ca linked below. We understand that this online format may not work for everyone. If you would prefer to speak with someone, I respond to public inquiries by email and telephone year-round. You can find my contact information on the Staying Informed page on the project website.
Hello everyone, I'm pleased to be able to provide you an update on the construction activities within the south portion of the project. The South Project area is from Old Banff Coach Road to Highway 8 and includes approximately 5 to 6 kilometres of 6 to 8 lane divided freeway that is made up of the new Stony Trail from Old Banff Coach Road in the north to Highway 8 in the south. Interchanges at Old Banff Coach Road, Bow Trail, 17th Avenue and Highway 8 are also being constructed. Reconstruction of approximately 1 kilometre of existing road at each of these connection points, and finally road upgrades along Highway 8. The contractor for the South Project is Calgary SafeLink Partners. Work on the project started in 2020 and last year construction activities increased significantly. Construction activities and overall intensity is anticipated to increase in the 2022 season, 2023 season and 2024 construction season. The plan and cross-sections have been updated to align with the detailed design, which has largely remained unchanged, consistent with the preliminary designs we've shared previously. To be clear, this means subtle changes. To help inform the public as construction continues, we've also provided cross-sections at each interchange to show the expected heights of the bridges. Cross-sections are one of the ways we use to communicate what is being constructed. But we know that engineering cross-sections are sometimes difficult to interpret if you're not familiar with them. A cross-section is a bit like slicing a sandwich down the middle, so layers are visible. There are lots of cross-sections you're probably familiar with, like the layers of the earth or the human brain. All of the cross-sections are available on the project website. I'm going to review a few examples to explain how to read the cross-sections. We hope this will assist you with reading the cross-sections on the website, but if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Estella. Every cross-section has a corresponding section line, which is the location the cross-section has been taken. The arrows on the section line tell which direction or point of view the section is showing. In this case, we are looking north. This bridge is approximately the same elevation as the existing road, with Stony Trail going underneath. Bow Trail will continue west from the existing road near 85th Street, with Stony Trail running underneath. There has been a considerable amount of earthworks in this area, and the final grade of the new bridge will be similar to that of the existing road. This bridge is unique in that it is approximately 100 metres north of the current alignment. The new alignment allows for a more gradual grade than the existing 17th Avenue alignment. It also allows for the new bridge to be built without the interaction and impact to the surrounding community. On the west side, the bridge is approximately 2 to 7 metres higher than the original ground. On the east side, it is approximately 6 to 10 metres lower. As many of you know, the grade in this area can be quite steep. The new road will be approximately 2 to 7 metres lower than the existing road to align with the new bridge. This also flattens out the grade to improve safety and visibility. The interchange at Highway 8 is significant. It is a junction between two major highways and is known as a systems interchange. It is the most complex of the project. A systems interchange provides free flow movement from one highway or freeway to another. There is no traffic signals and the speed limit is maintained through the various movements. The interchange configuration at Highway 8 is a fully directional three-legged systems interchange. This type of interchange is often used for three-directional junctions. Because systems interchanges uses flyovers or underpass ramps instead of traffic signals, there is often 3 levels of bridges. The Highway 8 interchange will have 3 levels to facilitate free flow movement of traffic in all directions.
Recognizing the importance of connectivity for active modes across Stoney Trail, Alberta Transportation has included east-west pedestrian and cyclist access at Old Banff Coach Road, Bow Trail, and 17th Avenue interchanges as part of the West Calgary Ring Road. Each pathway is on the north side of the interchange and is being constructed as part of the bridge structures that make up the interchange. Alberta Transportation has included these specific sections of pedestrian walkway within the scope of this project because construction of pedestrian access following project completion at these locations would not be practical and would cost significantly more to complete. A north-south pathway is being constructed under Bow Trail between Stoney Trail and 85th Street, allowing people coming from the south to access the pathway on the north side of the interchange. The Bow Trail underpass was designed with the principles of crime prevention through environmental design, or CPTED, in mind. CPTED enhances safety by influencing the physical design of our environment and encouraging positive social interactions. And environmental design using CPTED principles reduces opportunities for criminal acts to take place. The 3 fundamental principles of CPTED are natural access control, the placement of entrances, exits, fences, landscaping, and lighting guides, which guide how people enter and leave a space. Natural surveillance, also known as eyes on the street, which occurs when a public space is casually observed by nearby residents or businesses through lighting, landscaping, and clear sight lines, among other design elements. Negative behaviors are deterred if the individual participating in that behavior is at risk of being observed. Similarly, pathway users are likely to feel safer when they can see and be seen. Territorial reinforcement. When access control and natural surveillance are present, nearby residents or businesses may assume informal ownership of public spaces. When residents see spaces around their homes as their own, they are more likely to take care of those spaces and exert some positive influence over them. On previous sections of the Ring Road, the province has allowed placement of multi-use pathways within the transportation utility corridor. However, these pathways are designed, funded, constructed, and maintained by either the local municipality or others. A conceptual alignment for a future multi-use pathway along the east side of the transportation utility corridor has been identified within the West Calgary Ring Road project area. Like other segments of the Ring Road, this pathway will not be developed prior to completion of this project, and construction of such a pathway remains outside provincial jurisdiction. Once the project is complete, any multi-use pathways within the transportation utility corridor will be maintained by the City of Calgary, with the exception of the crossings on the bridges. Over the course of construction, the public has expressed interest in what efforts will be made to protect wildlife. There are two aspects to protecting wildlife in relation to the west section of the ring road. One is keeping animals away from the highway, and two is allowing them to access the Bow and Elbow rivers. We know that animal vehicle collisions pose a significant safety concern for both people and wildlife. To mitigate the potential for collisions between animals and vehicles, wildlife fencing contained within the transportation utility corridor will be installed to prevent wildlife from entering the highway and to guide them to safe crossing locations, such as below the bridges on the Bow and Elbow rivers.
One of the questions we are often asked is about the half interchanges at Old Banff Coach Road and 17th Avenue. The reason for constructing half interchanges is because we cannot meet the minimum spacing required between interchange ramps for full interchanges. By constructing half interchanges with partial movements, we are providing the desired access to adjacent communities while also maintaining the highway road standard of free flow traffic at high speeds. Let me explain why this is. When lanes of traffic cross each other to get into adjacent lanes or on and off ramps, it creates weaving. Weaving is acceptable when speed and traffic volumes are low and there is enough distance, which translates to time, to speed up or slow down without impacting other vehicles. As soon as a vehicle has to brake, there is a ripple effect for all vehicles following behind to brake as well. So when there are many vehicles travelling at high speeds and some are trying to merge and exit, there is not enough gap in the traffic to allow drivers to match speed and switch lanes. Many of us have probably experienced this type of undesirable weaving on Deerfoot or Crowchild. You're trying to slow down and move into the exit lane, and vehicles in the exit lane are trying to speed up and merge onto the freeway. This congestion is called turbulence due to the rapid speed changes. Stony Trail is a highway with high traffic volumes and high traffic speeds. Its role in the transportation network is to move people and goods quickly and efficiently and provide reasonable access to adjacent areas. To safely maintain higher speeds and limit congestion, highways have specific design standards for the required distance between interchange ramps. This is called ramp spacing. More access or more interchange means sacrificing free flow traffic at higher speeds. Conversely, maintaining higher speeds means sacrificing some access. This is a situation happening at Old Banff Coach Road and Highway 8. There is not enough space between interchanges to allow sufficient weaving distances. As a result, the interchanges at Old Banff Coach Road and 17th Avenue provide partial access, with half interchanges. However, there are full access interchanges immediately adjacent at the Trans-Canada Highway, Bow Trail and Highway 8. This design allows Stony Trail to safely function as a freeway while providing reasonable access to the adjacent road network and land. You can think of half interchanges quite literally as two pieces of a whole. If we put them together, you would have a full access interchange. At Old Banff Coach Road, there is access to and from the north. This means if you are coming from the north, as in north of Old Banff Coach Road, so travelling southbound, you can access Old Banff Coach Road. If you are on Old Banff Coach Road, you can go north on Stony Trail. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, what if I live at Cougar Ridge and want to go south on Stony Trail? Bow Trail is a full access interchange, so if you live at Cougar Ridge, you might want to head south. You would use 85th Street to get to Bow Trail, and then from there you could go south on Stony Trail. Or if you live in Springbank and you want to go south, you could use 101 Street to get to Bow Trail, and then you could go south on Stony Trail. At 17th Avenue, there is access to and from the south. This means if you are coming from the south, so travelling northbound on Stony Trail, you can access 17th Avenue. And if you are on 17th Avenue, you can go south at Stony Trail.
During construction, emergency access to all adjacent communities, businesses, and commercial facilities is maintained. The contractor is required to meet Alberta Transportation's design and traffic accommodation standards for all detours and closures, which includes plans to accommodate emergency vehicles during construction. Prior to implementing any traffic shift or detour, the contractor is responsible for communicating all traffic modifications to emergency response agencies. These agencies include Alberta Health Services, Dispatch 911, police and fire departments, among others. Over the course of this project, a number of people have requested fill material to be placed in specific locations in the transportation utility corridor. The movement of fill material, topsoil, and surplus material is completed at the discretion of the contractor and is based on the needs of the project. Hauling of material unnecessarily is both cost prohibitive and increases truck traffic and other environmental impacts. Construction activity in earthworks will continue over the coming construction seasons and will lead to additional movement of fill material. This material is used where possible throughout the project, and surplus material will be stockpiled at various locations within the transportation utility corridor. Final placement of material is determined based on several factors, including fill availability, ground conditions, drainage considerations, utility locations, and future land use needs. To limit dust and reduce erosion, stockpiles that will be remaining in place for an extended period of time will be tackified with a mixture of seed and mulch appropriate for the area. Tackifying is typically not completed unless all above and below ground work has been completed. This is done to reduce rework. The 2022 construction season will be significant for the South Project. In Alberta, the construction season is short and many activities rely on good weather conditions in order to be completed. The contractor will be working to maximize their progress this year to ensure a timely completion of the overall project. During construction, residents and drivers can expect increased construction noise, occasional overnight work, changes to the visual landscape, including semi-permanent stockpiles being created or moved, tree and bush removal, and new infrastructure being constructed. Traffic delays throughout the project work zone and at construction crossings can also be anticipated. Dust is continuously monitored during construction, and dust mitigation strategies are reviewed and revised as appropriate. Many external factors, such as outdoor temperatures, precipitation levels, and wind direction, impact residents' experience of dust during construction. Mitigation measures used on this project may include watering, use of dust suppressant products, and hydroseeding, which is a planting process that sprays a mixture of seed and mulch on surfaces to minimize dust. This measure is only used on areas where no additional work or disturbance will be completed. During construction, drivers should expect congestion, especially in the summer months. Construction crossings will be operational at Old Banff Coach Rd, 17th Avenue, and Highway 8. When possible, the contractor will minimize impacts to traffic through the use of several traffic management measures, such as the use of a flag person, signalized construction crossings, and scheduling crossings outside of peak commuting times. Alberta Transportation and our contractor remain committed to minimizing construction delays and impacts where practical. However, it's important to note that it is not possible to undertake this magnitude of work without some disruption, and we acknowledge that living next to a major construction site can be challenging. Thank you for your continued patience during this time.
The bridge for Old Banff Coach Road over Stony Trail will be the first bridge on the South Project to carry public traffic to both pedestrians and vehicles. This traffic shift is anticipated to occur in summer or fall 2022. But before then, there will be road construction including earthworks and paving east and west of the bridge. Initially, 2 lanes will open on the bridge, so a single lane of traffic in each direction, which is the same condition that exists today. Ultimately, Old Banff Coach Road will be paved to carry 4 lanes of traffic, 2 lanes in each direction from 85th Street to 101 Street, in anticipation for future developments in the area. Once traffic is on the new bridge, a temporary signalised construction crossing will be removed as haul trucks will be able to travel under the bridge without interrupting traffic on Old Banff Coach Road. The Bow Trail interchange consists of two bridge structures, one for Bow Trail traffic over Stony Trail and one pedestrian underpass below Bow Trail connecting local pathways. Work on both bridge structures will continue this year, and the new Bow Trail roadway from 85th Street to 101 Street will be constructed after the retaining walls and fills around the pedestrian underpass are finished. We also anticipate preliminary paving on mainline Stony Trail between Old Banff Coach Road and Bow Trail this season. The majority of the roadworks has been completed on the west end of 17th Avenue near Lower Springbank Road. This season, significant earthworks will continue on the east side of 17th Avenue to complete the new alignment and tie into 93rd Street Southwest. This work will include rock excavation, paving, concrete works which includes curbs, gutters and sidewalks, and street lighting. Traffic will be shifted onto the new alignment and the bridge in late 2022 or early 2023. Once traffic is on the new bridge, the signalised construction crossing will be removed as haul trucks will now be able to travel under the bridge without interrupting traffic on 17th Avenue. There will be significant construction in this area throughout the 2022, 2023 and 2024 construction seasons. There are 4 bridge structures that are part of the Highway 8 interchange, all of which are currently under construction. Piling is anticipated to be finished for all 4 bridges this summer, including northbound Stony Trail to westbound Highway 8, the longest bridge of this intersection, which is almost 100 individual piles. This marks the last of all the piling required for the West Calgary Ring Road project. Over 1 million cubic metres of earth needs to be moved to build the new roadways in this area, with the biggest excavation being for the eastbound Highway 8 to northbound Stony Trail ramp, which goes under the interchange. Some of this material will be used to build road embankments for the northbound Stony Trail and westbound Highway 8 flyover. Highway 8 will be largely reconstructed to tie in with the interchange, and there will be multiple detour stages starting this spring to accommodate this work. Over the next few months, work will be focused on constructing the future eastbound Highway 8 to southbound Stony Trail ramp, which will serve as the main detour for the Highway 8 traffic. Once traffic is shifted to the main detour this fall, it will allow construction to progress while minimising construction interface with the public. There will be other staged traffic shifts in the area due to the amount of earthworks and paving required. These shifts will be communicated to the public in advance, and an east-west connection for public traffic will be maintained at all times. The patience of the public will be much appreciated as delays are expected. Once finished, the interchange will allow free flow movements between Highway 8 and Stony Trail.
Over the course of construction, the project team is committed to providing accurate and reliable information to the public. Project information and construction updates are shared regularly on the project website and in the weekly newsletter. Alberta 511 and the City of Calgary's Traffic Information Map are the most up-to-date sources of traffic information. As people begin to enjoy summer activities and travel, construction will also be ramping up. We encourage you to stay informed and plan ahead when traveling through the construction zone.